What's up, guys? I'm Jamie Tajera with Edge Group Real Estate, and this is the December 2021 Jacksonville Nerd Report, where we go into the numbers, tell you what they mean to you, and see what's going on in the market. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to look at is our average sales price, and for December, we've pulled up basically we've got three zip codes. We've got the red here, entire MLS, blue 32082, Ponte Vedra, green, Riverside 32204, and 32250 is Jack's Beach. So these are your average sales prices from last month, right, up until this point. And if we turn it into a line graph, you can see that Ponte Vedra's number went down. Jack's Beach's number went down, Riverside's number went up, and the entire MLS as a whole kind of went up. If you're looking at this and you're like, oh my God, Ponte Vedra, Jack's Beach prices are crashing, they're not. It's just that there's such a low supply of inventory, and we're going to get to that it looks like you have one or two sales that, change that number. These houses may or may not have been renovated. They might not be up to date, whatever. Could have been foreclosures. It's going to affect the number a lot depending on how much inventory you have. So let's jump over to days on market. Go average. So our average as a whole is about 30 days. Again, in all of these specific markets, there's so little inventory that it's easy to change these numbers. If you're a buyer, what you need to know about these numbers is houses are selling fast, right? Get pre-approved, know what you're looking for, and attack, right? Just be ready to put in a couple offers, not even a couple. Probably right now what we're seeing is like 8 offers to getting one accepted, or get creative. So like our team on the retail side, they will cold call a specific zip code for you. If you know where you want to live, we're going to try and get you some sort of listing off market, because as some of you guys know, I work on the investment side. What that's going to do for us is, like, if we find something that needs a lot of work, like, most retail buyers are looking for something move-in ready. On the investment side, we want that house that needs a lot of work. And then if you're selling, what this means to you is basically cut this number in half. The high end of this number is houses that are significantly overpriced. We've talked about this in previous videos, but our retail team uses a honeypot strategy to kind of drop some blood in the water and make everybody attack it, right? The listings. And so it jacks that price up. Keep in mind, this is an average, and not everybody does that or knows how to do that. When we see a listing that's priced that way, we're like, we know that's a pro. We know what they're doing. So let's look at the next thing, price per square foot. This is just a generally good thing to know. I've said this in previous videos and in conversation. If you go to an open house or you're working with an agent, a retail agent, to buy or sell real estate, right? There's like a 65% chance you're working with someone that doesn't know what they're doing, right? And that's really scary from the consumer side, because it's kind of scary, right? The average agent does, I think it's like 8 to 10 transactions a year. That's super average. So if, don't take years of experience into account, like take years of experience based on that 10. So if you have somebody doing 30, they've got 3 years of experience in 1 year, basically. They're helping a lot of customers, right? And it's not like a race, to win the volume. How many people can we sell? It's like, how much experience can I gain in that market segment of time? And that gives you a big advantage. So what am I looking at? Yeah. Oh, the reason I say that is ask your agent, do they know the average price point for the area you're looking for? If they don't know, that's a little scary, right? Might want to think about finding a new agent. But median price per square foot, these four, I guess, major areas. Overall, Jacksonville, we're at 177. Ponte Vedra's at 313, Riverside's at 251, and Jack's Beach is at 331. Oh, that's median. Sorry, I like average. 192. General market, Ponte Vedra's at 367. 264 for Riverside, and 359 for Jax Beach. If you're a seller, this is good, to know. This is your middle of the road, totally average, right? Number, right? If you've got a renovated house in Jax Beach, probably going to go for a little bit more than 359. If it's an average sized home, right? If you go bigger, that number is going to come down a little bit. And if you're a buyer, know these numbers, plan them in your brain. Your agent should go over it with you, because if you're going, into Riverside looking at houses and you're like, I don't know if this is overpriced or not. Well, here's your numbers. This is your pure average, right? If it's renovated, it's going to go for a little more. So just keep that in mind. And if you want to know if something is underpriced, this is a huge tool. We use this on the investment side. It's burned into our brains. I can drive down a street and I know, I want to know these numbers, because if there's an opportunity in, let's say, Jax Beach, I can run the numbers in about 2 seconds. If I can buy a house in Jax Beach that needs a ton of work for like $240 a square foot, there's about $120 of per square foot of value that I can add to that property. So just keep that in mind. All right, let's jump over to months supply of inventory. Nobody has any inventory. Like, if you need to sell your house, like right now is the time to do it. It's been that way all year, but especially now in December, January, because every single person has that same random thought. I don't understand why it's real, but they're basically saying, I'm going to wait till spring. I'm going to wait till spring. Well, since everyone's saying that, the few people that actually do end up listing in the winter end up getting more money, because there's less competition. There's less houses, less competition, still a frenzy, right? Yeah, it's just great. So let's look at the line graph for the year. Yeah, months supply of inventory from last year to now has basically just dropped, right, across the board. So if you're a buyer, highly competitive, great mortgage rates right now, but with that comes difficulty, finding a house. It's important to use a good buyer's agent that has a team behind them, like ours. Obviously, I'm biased, but we'll cold call the zip code, find you a house that's off market. We've already done it. We literally do it every day for ourselves on the investment side. Okay, homes for sale. Again, if you follow like all of the stats that we're going over, there's a method to the madness, essentially, where it's like, I'm showing you these numbers on purpose, in this sequence, because one kind of builds off the other, right? So homes for sale, all the way from last year, right, till now, we're basically, from last month to this month, we had a drop of 800 homes. And even in October, there was 4,000. That's like nothing. I'm pretty sure there's 12,000 realtors in our MLS, right? Right. Let's take 3,000 of them out for like referral agents or property managers or something else, right? So you got 9,000 agents and only 4,000 homes. Like, you have such a high chance of getting stuck with the wrong agent, right? And it affects a decision of where you're going to live, and that deal that you get. I mean, even if you overpay by a small amount, that's going to stick with you for the life of the loan until you pay it off, right? So make sure you get a great agent there. So what's it mean to you? If you're a seller, you're in a great spot. It is going to be hard to find that next home. So call our retail team, because they can get you multiple cash offers, and they can start cold calling to find your next home, and they can like sync them up, right? You can sell and then buy. The scary part about selling right now is like, where am I going to go? Right? Not everybody has like two houses, like with one that they can just move into till they find whatever. And you don't want to get locked into a lease forever, right? Because right now mortgage rates are good. If you're going to sell, take advantage of that equity, and then also take advantage of the low rate, right? You don't want to sell today and then buy in 2 years and the rate's 2% higher, and now your mortgage payment's way more than you're not getting exactly what you want, right? You're selling today as an apple, and then you're buying 2 years from now as an orange. You're like, it's going to be kind of disappointing if you don't line that up right. So from a general economy standpoint, I think everything's kind of crazy. Yesterday, they were discussing inflation, how it may not be transitory, and so one of the things that I listen to every single day is Bloomberg Radio on XM. and I like to hear what they're talking about, just in general. Sometimes they talk about real estate. Sometimes they talk about interest rates. The guess right now is that there's so many guesses out there. TD Ameritrade, I think, put out that they don't predict they're going to increase interest rates until Q1 of 2023, and everybody was kind of shocked because they're like, wait, so we've got a whole year of these like cheap interest rates? And then yesterday, if you paid attention, the markets crashed, not severely, but they all took some dips because they're talking about interest rates going up, right? And that affects everybody, right? So corporate earnings are up, but the cost to get that number is going up too. Labor, materials, shipping, logistics, everything is getting more expensive. So the profits, overall revenue's up, so profits aren't exactly increasing because the cost to do that business is also increasing. Some of the upcoming stuff that we've got a 3-1 in, it's west of Cassett, new roof. It's going to be updated. It's great. It's one of our investment deals. If you are working with one of our agents, you already know about it because we give our customers basically first crack sneak peeks. And then we've got, what else? Carrie's got I think it's a 1.2 million in Pablo Creek Reserve. Super cool house. I saw the video of it. If you check out our channel, it's in there. We actually put that up early before it got listed. And I know there's like 3 or 4 more, but if you're working with our agents, you're going to get sneak peeks of those before they hit the market. Again, why? Because look at these numbers. Like, you need an unfair advantage, right? Work with the right people to get that. What are we buying from an investment standpoint? We're buying single family all the time in Jacksonville. We're buying land, right? We just went under contract on 4.5 acres on the west side that we think we can put about 15 to 17 homes on. Stay tuned for that, depending on where that goes. But we're also, for 2022, looking we're actively hunting for apartment complexes. We're looking at doing a little bit more business on the investment side outside of the general Jacksonville area. St. John's, Clay, obviously, and then possibly moving into Alachua County for some multifamily opportunities. Not so much land, but we'll definitely stick to our bread and butter, which is single family. But we're very, very, very motivated to find some 30+ unit apartment complexes. A few things to note: if you are interested in getting off-market investment deals, I'm going to put a link at the bottom for you to be able to sign up, and we're going to send investment deals, for people that want to fix and flip, fix and rent, Burr method, whatever. We're going to send those out. They don't always hit MLS. They pretty much just stay on our website and go out to our customers because we know that you guys fix them up. And then you go to sell them, and you sell them with our retail team, right? It's a circle of business. And then don't forget, Saturday we have our Toys for Tots event. It's going to be awesome at the Goodwin House. If you haven't seen that, check out our Facebook page. The building is awesome. It's one of our developer partners' buildings. They've renovated this old building. It's amazing. And one more thing that we are going to look at, which is non-eventful, it's anticlimactic. The foreclosure list for December doesn't look much different. So, the reason we look at this is because, hey, is there about to be a flood of inventory coming to the market that's going to affect the market? December? No. Not through foreclosures anyways. We saw that Zillow's selling most of their properties, but those are probably going to go to hedge funds that are buying to rent. But not a big number. Usually in December, there's not too many, or at least in the past 2 or 3 Decembers, there haven't been a lot. You would think that they want to get some of their stuff off their books, but I think they kind of fall asleep. But those numbers for Duval County foreclosure auctions doesn't look like anything crazy there. So if you have any questions, need anything real estate related, let us know. If it's on the retail side, just call us, leave a comment on the video. and we'll get you over to the retail team. If it's on the investment side, let us know also. Happy to help. And then if you have anybody looking to get into real estate, we're looking for a few people, maybe like one or two. Our customers expect killers, not fillers. So we go to bat for our customers. So those types of personalities. But I'll say Happy New Year, because it's December 1st. What we do now is going to show up January 1st. And hope everyone has a happy holiday. And we'll catch you January 1st on the Nerd Report.